Fight fans to the Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast. Your Fight Talk Authority. Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard ORTIZ.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
And his loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole Escovedo. Streaming live and worldwide. Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast.
Fresno, California. We're live here in Mad Production Studios. This is the Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply knocking out the competition. Kick-Ass Podcast. As you know, my co-host with the most, the UFC veteran himself, the Apache Kid, Cole Escovedo.
Some kids at work found out about that name today. That was interesting.
Oh, did they? They did. And you know what? You're everywhere, bro. I mean, you're selling houses. You're advertising adult whatever activity, I would say. I don't know what those flyers are all about, but I I'm supporting and I press like. I didn't share it because I didn't read the fine print there. But no, man.
Flyers?
No, yeah, the flyers that you got. You were posting it on your stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I?
No, hey, you're active, man. You're very active in the community.
I try to be.
You try to be.
You try to be as active as possible.
Yeah. Speaking of activity, man, this is the weekend for fights. We got Bellator, we got UFC.
We do both nights.
We got Top Rank, and we got DAZN, man, coming from London, and that broadcast starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Our time, 11 a.m. Yeah.
Yes.
Those overseas fights are always kind of goofy.
They are, man, but you know what? They're always exciting.
True.
Exciting. Speaking of excitement, man, hey, did you know what Shark Week, bro? Not only is it, a cancer victim, because that's why you went and bought that pink phone, for October.
It's rose gold.
Right? But
haters.
It's Shark Week, man.
It is.
It is Shark Week. And you got to remember, you can never betray a shark. You can never trust a shark. A shark is loyal to himself and to himself only.
Good point.
No, he is.
Good point.
Hey, exactly. And speaking of sharks, today's guest from San Jose, California, top-ranked contender, Andy Tiburon Vences. Welcome to the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast, my man. How's everything going?
Everything's going good, Rich. How's everything with you?
Everything's going good here in Fresno, man. Andy, you never had the chance to meet Cole Escovedo, man. He's here on set, the UFC veteran himself. Say what's up.
What's up, Andy?
Nice
How you
to meet
doing?
you, man. What's up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Just ready to go, ready to roll.
I like that. It's a good approach.
Yeah, right now I watch. In a little while, he's starting to get a little agitated because the weight cutting is starting now.
Nah, I'm good.
You're good, my man.
Like that. I think it depends how you make weight. A lot of people.
Well, that's true too. That's true too. And here's a quick plug.
Yeah.
See, you don't have any problem making weight. You're always on weight, and a lot of it has to do with the product that you're taking. Tell us about that product.
Oh, correct. The product, and also from the mentor / guy who's educated me, and that's the guy who I'm talking about. A lot of you might not know, but his name is Victor Conti, and the product that I'm talking about is the snack product. It's one of the best products in the market, one of the best products in the world that I actually consume every training camp for my nutrition as far as post-workout, pre-workout, just all my daily vitamins, everything I need is in there. And it just feels good to have someone like that behind me who's always teaching me the right way to lose weight and the way it should be during training and just all the goods and bads.
And as you know, Cole, that's a very important part of the training camp and your performance inside the cage and the ring and just in general.
Yeah, it's like the kind of fuel you put in like a race car. You don't just put gasoline in it. Like there's a fuel.
You want top-notch stuff.
Yeah, you want top-notch fuel for burning rate. But, dude, I wish we had the nutritionalist that we have now and the access to that stuff back like 10 years ago. It would have been fights would have been different.
Oh, yeah.
You would have had fighters fighting more often. Weight cuts wouldn't have been as bad. Like some fights would have actually happened.
And just the recovery and the health.
The recovery, the consistent health overall versus that roller coaster shit. Yeah. No, dude, I wish. A decade ago it would have been awesome.
But see, here's something that I want to say, man. Andy is built like a freaking Bruce Lee, dude. His genetics are just freaking crazy. He gets more bro. He gets more chiseled as he sleeps. When he has a nightmare and he's running from his nightmare, that's his cardio, bro. That's his cardio in his damn sleep.
I did my cardio last night. Why? I ran from Kruger.
No, exactly. I mean, serious. Andy's freaking chiseled, man.
No, yeah, dude looks like he's lean and mean.
There he is. Look at that. That's some Bruce Lee, right? That's a Mexican Bruce Lee right there from San Jose.
My dad loves Bruce Lee, so it's funny you say that.
Oh, there you go.
He talked to me about philosophy that went out Bruce Lee, so it's just funny. If he would hear you say that, he'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what? It doesn't fall short from the fruit from the branch itself. I saw some video of your dad, man. Your dad's a badass. Still has some in him.
Yeah. He loves just a lot of the philosophies that Bruce Lee taught. He loves his training. Just even till today, he really looks up to Bruce Lee in many ways, just because of just of a lot of things he says and does that he really believes in. One of them is, I'll tell you a funny story right here on reaction and stuff. We're sitting at the table and my dad's talking about Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And then he says one of his philosophies is like this, and he grabs a can and throws it at me. And I move out of the way, kind of use my hand to parry the soda away. And he goes, let me ask you something. Did you think about that? And I said, no. And then he just told me, see, that's when you know it's a natural habit. And you don't have to think about something no more. You just do it,
Mm-hmm. That muscle
my dad
memory.
has a lot of good little pointers. Just
So what would you have done if the soda hit you in the fucking face?
He said, hey, that means you're not reactive. You're letting something happen.
Dude, I'm going to do that to my kid. I'm going to throw a soda in his face and be like, sorry, bro, them Fortnite time ain't paying off.
No, man.
I like that, though.
No.
That's muscle memory.
That's where he gets all that genetics from. There's where Andy gets all that stuff from because his dad. His dad's still he'll shoot a video every now and then just to let you know he's still there, man.
He's got them hands still?
No, he got some legs.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he'll kick the shit out of you.
Nice. I like it. Nice.
And you'll tell him thank you. You know what I mean? One of those types.
Nice. I like that.
It is, man. But Andy, you're back in the ring, man. You're back where you belong. First of all, hey, it's never too late. Congratulations, Andy. As a married man now, right after the wedding.
Nice, congrats.
Tied the knot and.
Gotta be careful, man. Married life makes you fat, man. Gotta be careful.
That's what they say about my life. It's a little different.
Yeah, that's true. You're average. You're average. You're a little more than the average guy on your daily.
No, man.
I know. Yeah.
So you took the little time off, Andy. You got the date. You accepted the fight. National TV. You're about to make it happen, man. And you've been itching. You said, Rich, I can't wait to get back in there.
Yeah, I've been itching. It's been a up and down year for me as far as down, suffering my first loss, up, getting married, and here I am finding myself to fight again. So it's been tough, Rich. Moreover, I would say more of a mental fight than anything. I'm just really glad I'm fighting again. And to be honest, the fight was so competitive. My last fight, and I almost had the dude knocked out. I don't really feel like I took a step backwards, Rich. If anything, I've taken a step forward. From the fight, I've learned and I've grown. It's nothing that I needed to train more. I was out of shape, or your weight cut affected you. It was nothing questionable in my training. I think a lot of it was in the fight, adapting to the situation and what I should have did earlier than later.
Yeah.
Which I did adapt, but it was just a little later, a little too late, and then the fight ended. But I feel great.
Good.
Coming into this fight, I feel like, hey, if anything, it's in the past now. I'm just gonna take that step forward and continue my road to a world title. Like I tell people, I held that Continental title for 3 years. It didn't give me my shot. So even though I lost it, I don't want that title no more. I don't want to fight for minor titles no more.
Yeah.
I want to fight for the world title. That's my goal as a kid. My goal was never to be a Continental title holder, something like that. My goal was to be a world champion, and so that's my goal now. I got married, got that out of the way, and that's what I want to focus on now.
There you go. I know. I noticed you're rocking that black band. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes with your style, man.
Yeah. Wear the black band, the black ring.
Yeah.
And then I also have some workout ones so that I change it because I can't wear this one during training.
Oh, there you go. I mean, people have different shoes, Cole. He got, bro, check this out. He's living so large, he got different wedding bands for whatever occasion. If he's rocking Gucci, it's Gucci.
Right,
if he's swimming, he's swimming. If he's just out hanging out.
Rust-free one.
Hey, one that he could even wear underneath the glove, my man.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, hey, missus, you don't want the missus to catch you without it on. She ain't gonna take training as an excuse.
Yeah, well, no, hopefully they let me wear it under the glove, but if not, I mean, it comes off. It's gold time.
Business first.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I found them on Amazon. They were hella cheap on Amazon to work out in, so that you replace it. So it's perfect.
There you go, man. I was looking for good deals, and I was looking out for yourself too, man. You know, I want to ask you, what about your team? Did anything change? Did anything change as far as your approach? I know the training camp's more intense. I see a hunger. I see sort of a wake-up call, like, okay, we got that out of the way. Now it's on. It's on to this next level. Like you said so yourself, I don't want to fight for a continental champion no longer. I want a world title. So tell us about your attitude coming into training camp.
Yeah, well, I want a world title. That's really what I want now. You know, a lot of other fighters, a lot of professional fighters holding that continental title, they've always got a world title shot within a year or two from holding it. And you know, here I was holding that title. It was kind of like, I think my promoter was maybe confused on where to guide me, to kind of know where to push me. But I've always been a big believer in myself. But anyways, that fight that I had, my last fight, I was guaranteed a title shot after that fight. I was guaranteed the title shot, which is why we took the fight. I had a lot of questions going in that fight as far as why it was happening. The guy was ranked a lot lower than me. I don't even know why I was fighting that fight. But the fact that they said, hey, you know, once you win this fight, knock the dude out, or win this fight, you're getting your shot. So in a sense, I had to win that fight to get my shot. I had to win that fight to get paid, but I didn't. So here I am taking a reset, taking a step back, but that's fine. You know, I've talked to my dad about it, my wife about it, and I just want to move forward. I want to get over this because in my life, I wanna show myself that when things got hard, you pushed through and you made it out on top. I don't want to live my life knowing that when it got hard, that's it, you walked away. Like, you're gonna just leave it at that. Like, there's so much more that's left in me, and I know I am a world champion. That night wasn't my night, and I just took it as a blessing. Try to see the most positive in it, and if anything, I've grown from there, man. I've really grown from there. Training camp's been great. I wouldn't say it's been more intense. Every time I train, it's very intense. I push myself to the limit. But like I was telling you, Rich, I would say it was more of a mental battle. You know, just getting through day to day, keeping the hunger, and just really digging deep down and finding that this motivation is within myself, without no one else or for any other reasons, but to fulfill my dream as a kid from joining the sport of boxing and reminding myself that, you know, it is about the money, but it's not about the money right now.
Yeah.
Like, I got to do this for myself more than anything. And that's why I'm at right now, going into this fight, to prove to myself that I have what it takes to be a world champion. So, you know, I hate to make promises. I don't want to make promises. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I just feel I got to prove to myself I got to stop this guy, man. Like just to show myself that I have everything that it takes and more. Stopping a guy like this, TK only knocking out, how it's going to happen, is going to show me you got it. Like, you're good. Let's move forward, you know?
Cole, hearing that from a young fighter, he took his first loss. I mean, he's climbing the charts, he's climbing the ranks, he's been promised a title shot, yet he came up short. Now his next fight up, what advice do you have to give to him? Because I know you've been around these fighters, you've been in that situation yourself, and going into that, you hear his attitude. Is it where it's supposed to be?
No, exactly. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. You don't want to have that fall off the horse and stop riding horses type mentality.
Yeah.
That's just, some people do, and that's fine for them. Horse riding wasn't for you. But if you truly believe, like it sounds like he does, this is what's for him, then yeah, you got to get right back on the horse, provided you're healthy, get back on the horse and go. Like, you don't have a choice. It's just go. You fell off once, get back on and go. So the fact that that's where he's at mentally, it's the right spot to be. Sounds like he's got, again, surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, the right team.
So it sounds like he's got that going on, and everyone's kind of pushing him positively to go forward. Like, just go forward. So it sounds like he's got the right direction.
No, I mean, it does to me too.
100%.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate those words.
And just to clarify something, you see yourself all the time. I always see your workouts. Yeah, you are on hit. It is full of energy. I just see a different look in your eyes, even a different tone in your voice. I spoke to you about 2 weeks ago. We were at an event, and you were there for the event, but yet you still had that demeanor about yourself. Like, okay, in a couple of weeks, I'm about to go to war. In a couple of weeks, I'm about to take care of business. But I'm here because I'm a man of my word. And you had that fight face on even that evening. And we're talking about weeks prior to your fight coming up this Saturday.
Right. Yeah, I went out there to, thanks to them having me out there in Fresno. I was out there.
Ernie
doing whatnot.
Ernie Jaime's promotion, man, making it happen.
That's him, Ernie Jaime. Thanks a lot to Ernie.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was out there not only to because Ernie had asked me way back if I would volunteer to do it, but I kept my promise. Got there barely on time, in time for them to bring me up to the ring, and I just love doing stuff like that. People include me and stuff like that for community and whatnot. I know how to balance my training and when to make things happen. So that was cool. But the focus is there. The focus is in there. Although I was out there, I knew what I had to do. The next morning I had sparring and whatnot. So I came straight back to San Jose after that late night, and
that's a drive.
Got to training the next morning. So the drive's been there. It's been there more than ever, always. Just that I just, had to get my mind right after the loss. I think the first loss, not that I'd lose again, but I think the first loss is the hardest loss because it's your first one,
Yeah.
But I've been looking into a lot of success stories about a lot of fighters, and a lot of fighters make it happen after their first loss. Sometimes fighters don't do it after one or two, but they'll do it on the third. So just seeing all these fighters and knowing that, like I'm not gonna give up on myself. Like I'm really not gonna give up on myself. I just want to keep going because I know I'm at that level. I'm a big 130 pounder. I'm probably one of the best in the world, and I just need my shot and my opportunity, and I'll become a world champion. I'm not gonna let that moment go to waste.
So, are you towards the end of your contract on Top Rank, or are you comfortably under contract with them? Do you still got some other fights coming up, or is it kind of like fight by fight? I asked this question because
under contract.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm comfortably under contract.
I asked these, Andy, because these are a lot of questions I know the answer to. I ask these questions because these are the questions that have been addressed to me by the fans. So a lot you may hear me say, Rich, come on, you already know that. But, and I may give the fan a shout out.
I'm actually under contract just because my contract actually, later I'm going to talk about this, post about this at the right time. But my contract was actually coming to an end. I actually just signed a year extension with Top Rank.
Okay.
Given the opportunities that I will be offered. So yeah, I'm comfortably in contract. Yeah.
That's always good, Cole. To be under contract, to have a fighter, to have that less stress, and to know, okay, well, I'm covered another year.
Yeah, to know that you have guaranteed fights, it's like having a guaranteed paycheck coming in.
Yeah.
Or at least the possibility
right.
of it.
And the fact that activity is so important in boxing. A lot of these guys, a lot of these young fighters are signing. The big promoters are saying, here's $100,000, sign with us, and they're only fighting like twice a year. But here you got another promoter saying, hey, we're only going to pay you $20,000. But you're going to fight 4 to 5 times a year.
Yeah, the UFC's done that before too.
The exposure and the activity is what's key in boxing now.
Yeah. I
was learning that from my manager, Herbstone. He always told me activity's key. Like sometimes you just got to push that money aside and be more active. Because in the end, yeah, you're going to receive a lower check, but that's more checks. But it's not even about that. It's the fact that you got to be active in boxing. You got to be relevant. Your face has to be on ESPN Plus or ESPN, whatever the mainstream TV is.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, so I've been lucky enough. I just fought in June 15, lost a controversial decision, and here I am fighting October 26, which is only like 3, 4, maybe tops 4 months since. So I'm back in the ring pretty quickly. So I expect the best. Like I told you, I feel like I have not taken a step back. If anything, I just took the step over that and just moved forward.
And your career has been, I don't want to say a roller coaster, but you got an opportunity. Literally hours before. I was there when, I don't know if you're the co-main event, you were on the card. I was there when all of a sudden you're the main event.
Oh, yeah. Over there in Fresno the last time, Jose Ramirez's fight fell out. Yeah. I've got moved up. I've gotten many opportunities, and, I've always fought opponents. A lot of the decisions that I've had is, I fight opponents that haven't been knocked out. Like, I fight guys that go the distance. I fight former world champions. Challengers, like I've never been given an easy fight. Like I've never been given a bum that I could just knock out in 2 rounds. I've had to work for my win, and I've had to work for my knockout. So, I know a lot of fans and a lot of people critique me, but it's like, man, if they look at all my opponents and their records, they haven't been stopped. So it's tough. This is actually the first fight I'm fighting a guy who actually has a lot. He has a lot of power. 19 wins, 13 knockouts, but he has 2 losses. Those being he's been stopped in the later rounds, but he hasn't been knocked out. But this is like the first opponent I've ever got, even with like 2 losses by stoppages, and they weren't even that bad. I've actually analyzed and watched both the films for those losses, and they were losses kind of where he just couldn't go further, but he was fine till the end of that.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not expecting a easy fight at all. Like, for it being a comeback fight for me, like this is something a lot of fighters wouldn't do. They wouldn't want to fight.
There's nothing given to you in this business, especially your career. And I've watched you. I've watched since the middle part of your career, and where's it at today? I've never seen you been matched up with somebody that's a tomato can or an opponent.
If you remember at the Tachi Palace when I fought outside.
That guy fought you hard. He didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
he had an iron chin, man.
Yeah, his name was Moises Delgadillo. He was all tatted up, and I beat him convincingly. That same guy knocked down in a fight. He lost a fight, but he knocked down Jason Sosa, who Jason Sosa is now fighting Miguel Buchel for the world title in my weight class. So it's like I look at those fights and those opponents and how they played out, and I'm like, damn, he got dropped by the guy I beat easy, and yet he's getting a title shot, you know? So, like I said, like I know I'm one of the best in my division. Like I just feel like, man, like I just need my shot. Like I'm gonna show it, you know.
Well, all you can do is just keep showing up, man, and taking care of business. And Cole, you've been around this business, and you know how careers change and opportunities that just come randomly. And you've always said, make the most of them.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing, and that's why I can feel his frustration, because you feel like you've been robbed of an opportunity, and those opportunities are only so often in your career to really, like, we call them like catapult moments. Like either it was a fight or you were at the right press conference and a reporter asked the right question and everybody just fucking loved your answer. You know, that's really what it boils down to, right timing kind of thing. So to have those opportunities kind of, you're like, well, I beat your ass. I beat that guy's ass better quicker than you did. What the hell's the problem here? Why are you going and I'm not? So I've seen things like that happen. I've left a dude snoring on the canvas, like snoring, slept him in his hometown, right? A week later, he's going to the Ultimate Fighter. And I was just like, what the fuck? Which I had nothing to do against the kid. I wish the best for him. He's actually got a good career going on now. But I was just confused. I was like, well, huh?
How did that happen?
Yeah, so those moments where it's like, how do I beat a guy and then he goes on? That doesn't make any sense. So I can understand that frustration. It happens. But being able to just get around it and focus is the main key. But I do like what he was mentioning earlier about taking like a 20K, but you're going to fight like 6 or 7 times this year. It's rough when you're fighting that much spread out and you're only getting, you know, what can be considered pennies sometimes. But his approach is right. Like, you have to be consistently active to get that brand going, to get that traction. Because if not, you fall into like Connor's in it right now. Connor's in that zone of, what'd you do for me lately?
That little low, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like so he's grasping at everything right now. I got a laundry list of shit he's grasping at. So you don't want to fall into that, and staying active, like Andy's saying, is how you avoid that. You got to stay active so that people are always like, dude, I saw your last fight like 2-3 months ago, dude, that was awesome. I can't wait to see the next one. So, and that's what you want, is consistency. So no, I like where his head's at. It's smart and it's goal driven, focused.
Well, he gets to change everything come this Saturday.
Yeah. That's going to be another change to the career. What do you do with this new, success? If you do win, what do you do with it? How do you get the most out of it? Because there's a window before you have to turn that wheel and then focus on what the next fight is. So you got to momentum. You got to grab that momentum while you can.
Yeah, and I believe he will. He's always been a hard worker. And I'm going to change it up a little bit right now, Andy. I just got to ask you, man, because you always come and fly with your gear, man. What do you got planned for this Saturday? What color are you looking at? Or can you tip your hat a little bit? Tell us what we could expect.
It's looking like a maroonish combination color. I have the whole team wearing the box raw tracksuits, burgundy maroonish color. So we should all be in there.
That's
matching,
right.
Looking nice, and custom shoes thanks to World Class Boxing Apparel. So I got the shoes, the outfit done by them, and my box raw gear, and I got the Fit Warrior T-shirts. Thanks to them for really coming on. I got my own clothing line now online on their website, so it's just great,
So if you want Andy shirts, you know where to get them, right?
Exactly. You're on your website, right?
Yeah, ftwrbrand.com. So they got my name there to find all my merch.
And it's all good.
And I really appreciate it.
That's right. Actually, I'm rocking your black original hat and your original the black shirt. I got that white hat at home with the what's that?
What size were you?
XL, baby.
XL. I have some large that fit like an XL. I got an extra one. I might shoot it to you.
That sounds good, my man. I appreciate that. I always rock that. And that one hat I wear on special occasions, the white one with the burgundy.
Oh, you're gonna bust that bad
Oh
boy out
yeah,
for
that's
special
a
occasions.
limited edition, man.
Yeah. Actually, I wore that with a sports coat. I'm gonna show you a picture, and if I do say myself, I was looking all that like a shark, baby. Because it's Shark Week, baby. When you put it on, you just want to attack people.
You look good, feel good, man.
Oh yeah, you
it boosts
do.
your confidence when you look a certain way. You're just like, yeah.
You do. I wore it. My wife goes, "What the hell you doing?" I mean, you know what I mean? I was on the prowl. You can hear the music, like the Jaws music. It was El Tiburon, bro. When you put that hat on, it takes over.
Sorry,
it takes over your soul. It takes over your mindset, and
like
it just boom. You know?
I like it.
Exactly.
Gotta apologize ahead of time. Sorry, baby, hat's going on. Then you gotta go out.
Exactly. There we go with the special effects. I want to change up. I want to ask your expert opinion. As you know, we also got a big fight this Saturday, and we're talking about that tournament, the 140-pound tournament. We have Regis Rigaroo Prograis against Josh Taylor. There it is. We're posting it up right now. Who do you have and why?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going for Regis. I understand, because he's a beast, trains hard, he got a lot of knockouts, got a lot of power. But I actually was just looking at one of Taylor's fights against an opponent that he fought. I believe the other guy was a world champion at the time. He took it away. Ivan Baranchak, something like that.
Yeah.
He's actually a very good boxer from the UK. So
he is.
I mean, my thing is, look, if Regis can take him out of there, it's a great job. Good to him. He proves himself to be one of the best at the 140-pound division. But if Taylor can somehow tame that and box him and drag him in the later rounds, it's going to be a really good fight.
Questionable.
But, man, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen Regis and paid attention too much. I've just heard a lot about him. But from the little clip I saw of Taylor, he's a good boxer. He's a very good boxer. So Regis just have, I mean, he has to believe himself, which I know he does. He has a lot of confidence going into every fight, just like myself and other fighters. But that's a great fight. I mean, I'm not gonna pick because I don't really have a favorite, but right. I just want to see how that plays out. But I think to be honest, just knowing what I know about Regis and what I've heard, he should get the job done. I think maybe the power he has is very good power enough to kind of hurt and get the respect from Taylor. I don't think Taylor's going to get the respect from Regis by, hitting him and boxing him. I don't think he has that power to stop him in his tracks or stop him from coming. So it's going to be an interesting fight.
So you broke it down, but still no winner. I'll say this.
I think the winner's gonna be Regis.
Okay.
Because I think the power is gonna kind of just play an effect maybe in the later rounds. If I don't see Taylor winning convincingly. I see him, if he wins, he's gonna win something very close, a split decision win, and something of that nature. But I don't see Taylor knocking out Regis at all. There's no way that's going to happen, and there's no way he's going to beat him clearly from start to finish easy. He's going to have a rough time. If anything, I see Regis maybe knocking out Taylor early if he catches him, or just beating him because too much power overwhelms him. But if Regis loses, I see him losing maybe a split decision. And overall, I think Regis is going to get the job done. Okay, sounds good. Hey, so do you at all, I'm sure your dad may, because he likes mixed martial arts. Do you ever watch any MMA? And if so, who do you like to watch? Who do you follow? Oh, that's a hard question. I just know like some of the mainstream guys. It's not like for instance, when they had the Conor McGregor fights, of course, I had to watch them. When they had Nate Diaz, I was watching it just because of the fact that he's been so involved in boxing, and I sparred him myself, so I was like, I kind of wanted to watch it. But you know what? He just suffered from a loss, not the first loss, but I got one from CSA that I actually kind of followed. Is Gaston Bolanos. Okay. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Who's he fight for?
Trains out of the. He trains out of Dublin at the CSA gym. Okay.
There was Zoila's at it too.
So it's got to be if he's fighting out of Dublin, yeah, that's down there where Zoila is in, yeah.
Yeah, he's training out there with Kieran and whatnot.
Like Dublin, California, right?
Yeah, Dublin,
Okay.
California.
You never know. You got to ask.
No, I know. At first, I was like, "What?"
That's why it took a
when they
second.
said Zoe lived in Dublin, was she working out with Connor or what? What's going on there? Could she get Connor on the line, or could she make it happen? Can Connor sponsor the show? I mean, let's make it happen.
Some of that whiskey money. No,
One of the
CSA is a
girls-
good gym.
One of the girls that I actually follow from there too. Her name's Jenna Fabian. She's
Jenna
a
Fabian.
She's a WMC World Muay Thai champion.
So basically badass.
She was actually what's up?
She's basically a badass.
Yeah. She was actually supposed to fight in the Professional Fighters League that was taking place in Las Vegas. She was in the semifinals to compete for the $1 million prize.
Damn. Wow. That's an event.
But she had to pull out due to she had to suffer from the weight loss, and she had to pull out of the fight. Physically, she wasn't in conditions going in. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Weight class things isn't a problem in just MMA and stuff like that.
No.
Weight cutting problems goes across every combat sport. Like wrestling's like the only one that I've never really heard a problem with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right across the board.
Sport.
Yeah. Like
And what-
Right
and
across the board, I think this is resulting in a lot of like fatal deaths. Maybe for those reasons, we don't know if they're hydrating the right way and putting the nutrients that they have to get back
In the reaction of their body.
Yeah.
That's why wrestlers have it so good. They're day of, so they're usually pretty close to their wrestling weight. They don't rocket coaster it. So
Well, good thing that you got a great team around you, Andy, because you've never had any weight drop concerns, weight loss concerns. You've always been on point. You've always been a true professional. You always respected your body and the sport. And, sky's the limit with you because you got those traits, man. You got that zoned. And,
Thank you.
And I know we talked before, and you said, Richard, when I was in the amateurs, you had all these big names. They were all their mainstream. But since then, and we said it again, you've closed the gap. Once you turn pro, you closed the gap. All bets were off.
Right.
Now,
Yeah, it's been a long road, long progress. The ones that know me know it's been tough, but I've always been there pushing, ringing that doorbell, just waiting for it to open.
that's what you have to do. Like you have to keep knocking on the door because eventually the door opens or you get tired of knocking. One of the two happens.
Yeah.
And then some people just don't have the fortitude or the longevity drive and the goal-driven energy to just keep knocking. Like my knuckles will bleed before I stop knocking.
And you only know one gear. Hey, and I'm the same way with the podcast. I'm the same way about the fighter's voice. That opportunity will come. And I know your frustration. And when you're thinking, okay, that guy, how did he get that title shot? And you don't want to sound like a hater, so you're happy for him. And I say the same thing when I see other networks or other broadcasters or colleagues that I, tie my shoe right next to, and I see them with that opportunity. And a lot of times politics is involved, but a lot of times it's just pure opportunity by chance. You happen to be there, ask the right question like Cole said, and when that opportunity comes, man, you kick the shit out of it.
Right. No, I mean, it happens. But, as soon as that opportunity comes, I feel I'll be able to showcase, and I feel that's where everyone's going to see me all around perform. I still feel people haven't seen the best of me, so.
I believe so too, man. And listen, I'm not going to take a lot away from your training camp, man. In 2 minutes, man, tell us, what can the fans, the followers, and the viewers expect come Saturday night when El Tiburon walks between those ropes?
Yeah, the fans can expect excitement, speed, as always, mentally very smart in there this Saturday, and just very accurate as always. Combinations more flowing, should flow a lot more. I've been working on that. They should look out for the body shots. I've studied my opponent in many ways where he does get tired, so we're trying to work the body early. And it should be very exciting to see where this kid has left off from his last fight. Did he lose and derail and go down route, or did he lose and did he become even better than he was his last fight? So I'm excited for the people, for my fans that I have coming out, and just my family because they've always supported me. But this is gonna be great because that's what I want to hear afterwards. Damn, like he got his loss, but he got even better now. Like he looks even better. So that's my goal that night. It's just to perform. And I've been talking to my dad a lot. My dad's right. He's like, hey, I think it's reached a point where you got to start closing the deal every time. Like not just once. He goes, you got to put these guys away every time. That way you start making more noise than you already are. So we've been working very hard. So I'm expecting nothing but the best, and the fans are in for a treat. Not only my fight, but the whole card. You know, it's going to be very, very interesting. So it should be fun.
That's good. Hey, and since I got you on the line, the Fighter's Voice, we're going to be trying something new in January, a different segment. And I like to be part of that segment. I don't want to get my ass kicked, but I want to be part of it. And I like to be able to go one round with you, man. Mic'd up.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds risky.
Yeah, that's fine. I did that actually with Lukey, the guy who works for ITR. I think it was a round or two with him, and he had a great time. Great experience, and, you know, I'd be glad to.
Okay, man. Just remember, I do what I do, and you do what you do. So, you know, two different professions, man. And I'm sure you know it's just something new that we want to start in January. And actually, ESCOVEDO don't even know what's going on, but I want to run.
I got a good idea of what's going to happen.
I want to run the same thing coming Cole's way too, because it's different segments. Because not only do we interview the fighters, we respect their sport and their craft. And you know, for Cole, he's at home when he's on the mat, so you may see him in the boxing ring just for one segment or two. But it's just something that we want to start, and something that I'd love for you to be a part of, man.
What's this segment going to be called? Today on Cole Gets Fucked Up?
Anytime.
No, exactly. But no, listen, man. You had asked me if I was going down there. Unfortunately, Andy, I'm not able to make the trip. But I am going to be watching. I am going to be as nervous as you know what, because I'm going to be rolling those punches just like you are, man. When I watch every single fight, when somebody personal to me is in there, I'm rolling right with them, man.
Right. No, thanks, Rich. Thank you for having me on. Thanks for always supporting me, and just, if anything, just having those positive vibes every time I talk to you, every time I see you. It's nothing but positive energy.
Hey, that's all that I know, man. Hey, Andy, what's the hottest podcast in this area?
The Fighter's Voice. 2 thumbs up for Rich.
Amen. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm going to let you go, man, and we're going to continue this segment, and we're going to be talking about a few other things, Andy, and I'm going to let you get back to your training or whatever it is you need to do, your focus, and we'll be watching you and wishing you well, and I'm going to send you a pic when I'm rocking this gear.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks to everyone listening, and 2 thumbs up for Richie.
That's right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
See you, Andy.
There you go.
All right, man. Have a good day, man. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye.
Cole, that's a class act right there, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's right where he needs to be.
He's literally going to fight. He's fighting this Saturday, which means he got to take the scale this Friday, the last media day this Thursday, head into Reno and do all that stuff and just take care of business, just like Andy Reese, that Wednesday before he fought.
Yeah.
And, to take time off and just...
So we're going to have to see if the crystal ball thing is still in effect.
Oh, it's still there, man. I mean, not the crystal ball, but just the favor and the blessing the show brings, man.
Yeah.
But listen, MMA news has been blowing up. Every time you post something, something else gets posted. I mean, news is just breaking out from left to right, man. I mean, talk to us. Talk to us about what's going on. What's Conor accused of again?
Dude.
Now, is it true or is it not? Or does he want to steal the spotlight, a.k.a. Floyd Mayweather, when he's not fighting no more, but yet he's still in the news?
I think it is kind of that, but like I was talking about the continuity of fighting all the time.
Yeah.
Conor has found himself in that, what have you done lately for me kind of thing. Like his last fight was a year ago against Khabib.
And prior to that, almost 2.
Yeah, and with the Mayweather fights. And that wasn't even an MMA fight.
No.
So it's even been even longer, like 4 years, I think, since he's actually fought MMA. So and he's just been in a slew of negative press, bad spots, and like I said, anything he gets accused of, it's all
someone like that.
accusations.
You just got to keep busy, because if they got too much time in their hands, they're going to start kicking old man's asses at the bar, getting a little too friendly with the opposite sex, and trying to vent another drink. I mean, but he's brilliant because he came with the whiskey, right? So you can get drunk, and now he's trying to come with a sober drink when you're crudo, and how to get rid of your hangover.
I saw that. Yeah, he's got like some post.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Or something?
Okay, you drink it or you don't.
But I mean, it's just he's had such many negative press and not enough time fighting consistent opponents in MMA that he's grasping at anything he can now to stay relevant. Like, for example, the Edgar fight, he tried to put that on. That fight made zero fucking sense. The only person
Dana White shut that down.
Yeah, because the only person it made sense to was Frankie. That's
exactly, biggest payday. Hey, honey, put the red patties on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's red patty week, man.
But the problem is the amount of money it would make wasn't worth it to the UFC. It's like that fight doesn't make enough sense.
No.
There's not enough people that are hyping you right now. And then there was he made some claim that he designed the bad motherfucker belt that's being fought by Masvidal. He said, yeah, I designed it, I signed off on it, and they're making it now. Dude, come on, show me something that says that, and I'll buy it. But other than that, dude, it's bullshit.
And if you did, wait for it to come out, then say that. See, these guys are gonna say, okay, if
if it looks like shit, if it looks like shit, he's gonna go, oh, that wasn't my idea. They changed it. The fuck out of here, dude.
Exactly.
And then he made some comment. He was doing a press conference in Moscow. I want to say Thursday, because he's doing a press conference. Don't ask me why. He's doing a press conference. Not, mind you, this is right up there with when GSP did that press conference in Canada.
Yeah.
It wasn't a UFC press junket where he was the speaker. It was he and his team and management and PR, they set it up. So, and that's the same thing Conor's doing in Moscow. This isn't a UFC thing. This is just, he's having a press conference. Like, you know, you've hit Mayweather narcissism when you have your own press conference. Like, you announce your own press conference.
And you know what? The sad part is, it's only going to get worse.
It might, when he's making dumbass comments like the UFC's holding me back. Like, he made a statement that too, saying that he's offering.
You're going to catch Dana White on a bad day, and you know what? He's going to say, okay.
I don't know what their contract is with them, so they might be kind of fucking stuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they might have written up a contract where when he was balls to the walls hot, you couldn't touch him without burning, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That might have made a contract sign where they're kind of locked in.
You're not the hottest right now, and that's the
business.
He's really not. That's the business. Actually, Nate Diaz is hotter than him. Not richer than him, but right now he's the talk of the UFC, as well as a few other
keep an eye on
strong
one of those
heads.
Guys, because he's the real BMF or something. And I'm like, dude, stop. Masvidal, I think, would have a good chance of fucking smacking you around, because you've been off par for way too long.
Too big for him.
And way too big for him, because it's what, a 170-pound fight anyway.
Yeah.
So bigger. I think he moves way faster, way different than Conor did the first time him and Nate fought 170. And Conor,
you gotta remember, I was rooting for him, but he put the weight on.
Too much weight.
Exactly.
The first match was just too much weight.
Yeah.
So, but then they came down to 155.
No, they returned it. But this time he kind of
a couple months to carry the weight, spar
put it in the right places.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that even went like to a decision.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea of, you were able to carry the weight, but you weren't able to carry the weight enough to beat a guy in that weight class. Like, you couldn't finish him. Yeah, you cracked him a couple times and you guys traded, but that went all 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Your homie finished you off the first time. You couldn't. So to say he's going to jump up in that weight and fight Masvidal, I think Masvidal would fuck him up at that weight class.
That's crazy.
And I think if him and Nate fought again, I think it would be either a finish by Nate or it would go to a decision. And if it goes to a decision at that point, Nate's just going to smack him from a distance in the rounds 4 and 5 and just tire him. So
that fight. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen ever again.
There's no money in
it. It went away.
Conor, when Dana White made that statement about why he nixed the Edgar fight, is that it doesn't make us any money. We don't make enough money on that. That's not a pay-per-view
Why is it even taking place? Are you helping him out, or what's going on here?
It's not even that. It's just that it's not a headliner. It's not a pay-per-view headliner. And when you have Conor, it has to be a fight that is at least main or co-main. Otherwise, you're not utilizing him correctly.
3 years ago, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 3 years ago, even 3 years ago. But maybe
when he was proving who he was when he was coming up, but not now. But still, that's a dangerous fight, because Edgar will take his ass to the ground.
Yeah, I don't see Edgar winning that fight. Not after I saw his loss to Ortega.
It's not about that. It's taking a dangerous fight. So, what does Conor get out of it? Nothing.
Exactly.
He did exactly what he's supposed to do.
Promotion. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets exposure and he gets a win. And he needs that desperately.
And right now he's laughing his ass off. Say, look at these two assholes are talking about me right now on the fighter's voice,
baby. If his next fight is a loss, he's done.
Seriously, yeah, I believe so.
If it's a loss, everyone's going to
hit up
the hype train will
WWE.
Stop. That I could see happening.
Yeah, but he's too small. Ronda kick his ass. Right? She will.
Watch that you said that. 6 months later,
yeah.
Conor McGregor versus Ronda Rousey cage match. It'll be like for some goofy fucking WWE belt. I could see that happening. That's just the way it is. But no, his hype train's going to stop. It's slowly stopping.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of hitting a panic mode where he realizes that and he's trying to do whatever he can. Like, dude, just like 3 of these things today, I saw him today. And it's like, what? Come on. Like, that's all.
Bro, there's like 5 big fights being made and matched up, and his name is not on any of them.
Yeah.
Any of them. And it's eating him up. He was the name. He was the tag. He was the brand. He was the face, and that's no longer the case.
Like, we know Nurmagomedov is going to fight with Tony Ferguson next. Yeah. That's probably the next fight for him, and it'll probably be
I want to ask you about that, too. Did you hear Tony Ferguson calling out Jones?
No. Did he really?
Yeah, what's up with that? He said, I'll move up.
Dude, that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
That'd be a bad idea. I didn't see that goofiness.
Yeah,
I'll have to go look at his Instagram or something, but that's just a bad idea.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Yeah, that's Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea, though. Like, the weight class
Come on,
difference.
bro. Don't. What are you doing?
Skill level. I mean, Jones's striking is on a different level. Even if they were in the same weight class, his striking is just on a different level.
I think Jones now is going to move to heavyweight. There's nothing there left for him.
But here's the thing is, I'm confused about Jones's next move because I saw him talking about the Ngannou fight and how that'd be like, he's better than him anyway. And I think he sees a branded fighter that he can beat at an weight class up, so it'll make him look even better. But Jones got exposed on his last fight.
Well, okay, here's I don't have Jones on that fight.
After he got exposed a little bit at his last one, I don't know. You might be right.
I don't have him on that. You're talking about a young, hungry, someone that don't give a damn with some skill set, has his own style,
but
dictates the pace.
But if he's going to move up to heavyweight, why not just?
Well, that's why he's saying stuff like that as a ploy. So Dan go, no, I need you to stay down. We're going to make this fight.
Well, not even that, but there's tons of money to be made off him fighting Stipe.
Well, yeah, that too. But that's if he still wants to fight after DC wins the trilogy by knockout.
Well, DC and him are never fighting.
No, I'm not talking about Jones. I'm talking about your dude, the guy who dances afterwards.
Oh, that dances after?
Yeah, the site, man.
Who?
The trilogy with DC.
Oh, with Stipe? Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
But the question is, what's
No,
going to
you
come
don't see that little
next
dance that he does?
Oh, the little like Irish jig thing or whatever? Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Dude, I was like, the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, they were doing that on the Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, that's an Irish thing then, right?
Yeah, it is an Irish thing.
But he's not Irish.
Well, I mean, he's paying tribute.
Oh, okay. I guess that'll work. Well, I'm gonna find out he's Irish. Watch, I'll look into it.
I'll find something.
But the question, I don't even think that fight's gonna happen.
Oh, the trilogy? You don't?
Stipe's out until at least like February, March of next year. January, if we're lucky. Add another 8 weeks onto that for a fight camp.
Yeah, that's right.
I see DC deciding he's just done and just over it. Like, I think he's gonna hit like an emotional thing where he's just like, I'm done. Like, I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mentally hungry for it.
It needs to happen now. Because if later he's going to get a little too comfortable and say, you know what, why do it?
That's what
there's been a lot of fights, and even in boxing, where the fight is signed, they're talking about it, and he said, all of a sudden, I retire, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that. I definitely don't see him signing and then saying deuces. I see if he signs it, it's going to happen unless one of them gets hurt. And then at that point, he might say, nah, okay, the momentum's gone, especially if it's injury he sustains in training or something, or Steve's eye gets hurt or something. But we're not going to see that till early 2020, maybe like the first quarter. But I just see something happening in the meantime. I see one of them getting injured. I see one of them just deciding they're done. Like, I can see that momentum train where everyone's on it right now because we know it's going to happen. It's the trilogy. We want it. But I'm going to see it slowly stop. And it's just going to, and one of them gets injured, that fucking thing will just get derailed.
That's it.
That'll be it.
Hey, did you notice Andy kind of chuckle when I said I'd like to go one round with you? He was thinking like, oh, this pretty good dude.
Yeah, he was like, okay, man.
But that's going to start because we talked yesterday with Mikey. Mikey said, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, no, I already see the segment on Today.
But I'm talking about just
like, dude, and we'd be like Johnny Knoxville, like a Jax would be like, all right, guys, welcome on Today. Cole gets fucked up.
Yeah, there
and
you go.
It's just be like, who's fucking Cole up today? Yeah, no.
There you go.
I can get behind that. But no, that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be cool. I mean, as long as they know, hey, it is what it is.
I don't know if we want to mic you up though.
No, swinging for the fences, or you know what I mean. It'll be
nice. I wouldn't.
It's on my bucket list to get dropped by the champ. Right.
I'm sure Ruiz would be happy to help you up with that.
Oh no, I'm not getting up with that big boy. He'd put you to sleep. He's looking good.
Yeah,
he's looking good for that rematch. What's your take on that? Do you think he should lose that weight that he lost, or just leave it alone?
I don't know why everyone's focusing on the weight. Like, it was kind
still got that pop.
Well, because it was a last minute fight. Yeah. So yeah, he had some weight on him. And B, what if he loses the weight? It doesn't take your punching power.
Sometimes it just comes off naturally, and that's what's happening. Because he's still eating Snickers.
Yeah, but if anything, people should be looking at the weight loss, going, dude.
Right
fucking Ruiz is pumped for this one. Look at how serious he's taking it. Like, he's trying to be as ready as he can be. Look at fucking Joshua. Specimen.
He is.
It blew everybody
I must
away.
break you.
And but he's what you picture when you see boxer.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking at Andy going, no.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, they only looked at him. They didn't look at his talent, ability.
Exactly.
So now we get to see the ability.
Even today, even though Eddie won, he's heavyweight champion of the world, people still don't respect him.
Yeah,
they want to
and
call
I
it
don't
a
get
fluke. They want to, bro, you get in there with him then.
Look at it. Go
That's
look
what
at
I'm
his
saying.
record. Not even this fight, but look at his record.
Yep.
Look at who he's
Only
already beat.
one controversial loss.
Exactly. So it's like when you start looking at all the pieces of the picture, it's not as blurry, and everyone's just looking at, oh, dude, the big fat guy. Dude, stop. Take a step back and look at all the panels of the picture, and you'll see talent, people he's beat, his record. So what if he was fat? Maybe he was having a fat boy moment or something. Who cares? But now he's lost a lot of that weight.
But it works for him. He's very agile, man.
And if anything, he's going to be even more agile now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how people are even coughing at him going, oh, why is it? Dude, he's a heavyweight still.
Yeah,
what is the problem?
Exactly. Big boy weight.
I still pick him to win. I think people are going to second guess him and go, oh, he looks different. Of course he looks different, dude. He's supposed to. He should be an entirely different fucking fighter when he rematches Joshua than when he fought Joshua.
Exactly.
And if he's not learning from even the wins, because you always change shit. You get better.
Exactly. You do get better. I mean, just winning the bout, you're 25% better, period. Because you are now the champion of the world.
Now you
have that
change.
Mental skill set that you are one of the baddest men in the world.
It's like you climb the mountain, but dude, everyone's trying to push you the fuck off.
Exactly.
Like, you got to be agile.
Now, talking about climbing the mountain, I mean, we go from a guy who couldn't get a fight. Now I'm hearing rumor that he may get a title shot or fight the champion. And I'm talking about LeVar Johnson come the bare knuckle next event. That's tentatively going to take place, I believe, January, I'm hearing.
Yeah, January. Didn't somebody let that slip already?
Oh, yeah, well, a couple people, but I heard the site got changed.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah.
Like, can we talk about the site where you think it's going to be?
You know what? I'm already in kind of deep. I don't want these dudes saying, okay, don't do that no more. Yeah, but speaking of that, we got to get Richard Goodman on the show. And Richard, no disrespect, but he goes, hey, dude, can I call in? Dude, you're an hour away. Get your ass to the show, because it's always a good time when he's in the studio, bro. It really is. I mean, he brings it. And
didn't he just have like a baby or something, though?
Yeah, twins.
Dude,
bring the twins.
Twins with the missus. You got to
bring
be careful,
the twins.
Be like,
we'll put them on set.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no.
Like a poor Richard just holding them both. Yeah, no, I love my life. Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah.
One kid crying, the other one throwing up. No,
no, he's always a good time on set, man.
Yeah, he'd be. Richard's kind of like the Jeff Sherwood. Like, Jeff's the Jeff Sherwood of journalists and the media guys and stuff. Richard would be that of the promoter, matchmaker guy.
I just saw a different side the last couple of times. He's just a little savvy, a little jokester, man.
Yeah, he's happier
like trying to clown and get his clown on and stuff.
It's more comfortable setting.
Yeah,
he can
that's
relax.
good.
Like,
I'm glad he's comfortable.
It's a little harder to carry those phone conversations sometimes.
It is.
So, but yeah, I don't.
It's not that I didn't want him. I wanted his ass in studio.
I don't see Ruiz losing that one. I don't.
No, I don't either.
I unfortunately, I think that I've kind of tried to watch some highlights of Joshua. And again, disclaimer, spoiler, I know dick about boxing. Dick.
Well, you know enough.
I've watched some older footages, and I'm not seeing a lot of changes over the last several fights he's had. I'm seeing the same foot movement. I'm saying the same setups. I'm saying the same pace.
He was undefeated. Why change it if it's not broken?
True.
Now, if he can make the transition, his biggest going into this fight, plain and simple.
But it's broken.
Plain and simple, he's going to try to outbox Andy. He's not going to get into a slugfest. If he does, he puts himself. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But the thing is, though, if he sticks to the same game plan, it's broken. When you said if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You're talking about a more confident fighter that's going to knock you out.
Yeah, exactly. He drops you.
Yeah.
He's beaten you. He knows what he does works. He knows how hard he hits you will put you. He knows physically as a man he could put you down.
And his job is to remind you of all that in that first round.
Exactly.
Those first 30 seconds, I'm going to remind you.
We're going to pick up right where we fucking left off. I'm going to hit you hard and drop you on the canvas.
Exactly. And then you're going to shake it and you're going to make it mean.
Yeah, and then you're going to blow smoke in the bag and you're going to let it out and you're going to throw fucking firecrackers at it. But I think unless he changes what he was doing, Joshua is going to be in a bad spot. And I think that fight might end even sooner than the last one.
I think so. And I think Andy knows that if it goes a distance, he's probably going to go home without his belt. So
unless he just pummels on
he's not going
Andy.
to change anything. He's going to be in his chest, and there's where he needs to be. Right in his chest, right in his grill.
His height actually might be his disadvantage against the guy like Ruiz because he's similarly shorter.
Exactly.
So
he reminds me of Frank Bruno, man. And you're talking about Frank Bruno, and I don't want to do the comparisons with Andy Ruiz and Mike Tyson, but Somewhat, I would say. So not just somewhat of that match. When Mike Tyson fought Frank Bruno in the 80s, in the early 90s on the rematch, that same height and strength disadvantage, I see the same thing.
Well, here's the reason that matters is because you got guys that are so used to punching at something.
Yeah.
Pads, heavy bag, sparring partner, fucking whatever. Not often do you see guys training to punch down.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he has to do to hit Ruiz in the targets. Even lower if he wants to hit the body with enough power and force to make it matter. Otherwise, it's a shoulder punch to the body, which does dick.
Yeah.
So you got to dig in. So it makes
and you got to commit to that body shot.
Yeah, but to dig so deep, dude, your guard comes
open.
down so mad. And you're now bang
Yeah.
level with him.
Yep, open for that counter.
But to see him have to drop down, Andy's going to be able to dip a lot easier. Because remember, Andy doesn't have to dip as much as he would with a puddle his height.
Yeah.
He's just got a lot easier versus
And that's it.
really dip. So every time Joshua throws that punch, he's just going to slip right on it, boom, and he's there. So I'm telling you, man, it's just, I think his that tallness is going to be such a hinderment. I don't think they thought about that in the last fight, and I think that's why Andy had an advantage that nobody thought
his
about.
management team, Eddie Hearn, they just want the belt back at all costs, so they're doing whatever it takes, and they think it's easier. They think it's easier said than done, and it's not. So what's up with this with Chael busted and him and Tito going back and forth?
What?
Well, Tito's getting, as you know, scheduled to fight in December. Now Chael's busting out and calling him, you're a bum. This fight's a setup. It's like WWE. What are you doing? Him a phone call. Yeah. Wait. Well, let me finish. Exactly. So at the end of the interview, Tito says, "Okay, if that's the case, get your ass to Combate and let's get it on."
Yeah. So Chael got a phone call.
Yeah.
Mike, fill us in on that one.
No, I tried calling Mike. I go, Mike, hey, can we get Tito to call in? Let's talk about that. And
I just want to hear what conversation was between Combate and Chael. That's the part of the conversation I want to hear.
Chael, somebody you want to sign?
Yeah, he'll sell. But dude, he is expensive. Almost probably more expensive than Tito, if not equal, or just a hair below. Because I don't think they could pay Chael more than they're paying Tito. Just because I think Tito will be like, what the fuck.
Well, Tito don't do a podcast for free.
No, true, but he is really promoting and marketing the fight. He's really committed company.
So after I heard that he don't do a podcast for free, I felt freaking thank you, Mike, for the interview that we had in Fresno.
Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah,
because he didn't have to do that shit.
To steal that moment from him and get that live interview with him in person and stuff. It's one of those gems where it's like timing. We were talking about timing.
Exactly.
Right place, right time, good timing. He liked you, you liked him, and it was easy because he liked you.
Had to be the last name, man.
Man. Maybe
something. I was all Mike though.
Yeah, but it was good. It was giving that opportunity.
Combate is coming back in November. I actually got a text, Mike, because I want the poster, so we start pushing that, promoting that. So, Mike, if you're watching, I'm sure you are, or I'll be texting you later. We need those posters, and we're going to start advertising for Combate Americas November.
It out there a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I heard Zoila and her sister are going to be on that card. There's another kid from Madera, Joel Lopez, not Joe, but it's Joel Lopez, who'll be making his professional debut.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see Zoila back in the Fresno card.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
And Steph.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
Yes.
That's gold. That's tickets sold. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
That'll be.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. And Jose, he didn't recover in time because he had that little setback during his job, Avalos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So. It comes with it when you work construction.
Things happen, yeah. But I mean, you get paid.
Well,
good.
I mean, hey, unless you're walking around blessed like Big Al Gonzalez, you break your leg and you get a 3-fight deal. You get recognition. That's going
to be the
CEO president calls you, and then the GOAT calls you and leaves a message for you and says everything's going to be all right. And if I watched Al, he's been posting some videos. He's moving. He's letting that right hand go, and he's staying active.
Yeah, I saw some pad work from him and stuff. He's looking super good right now.
Yeah, Al, give me a call, man, because this Saturday he invited me to his house, man, to go eat.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, he goes, hey bro, I go, okay, the boxing or the MMA? He goes, everything.
Oh, he's going to have like 4 TVs.
No, he goes, I got pizza. I got whatever you want. And I'm afraid to ask for whatever that I want.
Well, I'm sure he'll have some Modelo's. He'll have food. A couple honeys. I mean, it's Al. Dude rolls.
What did Kid Shamrock say one time? I'll take 2 of her and 2 of her, right? to go. No, I'll eat it here.
But that's going to be the forever joke.
That's what he said.
Dude, is how do you secure a 3-fight contract with a AAA level? Just
there's only one answer for that.
Break your leg.
No. Yeah, like the song. They say, hey, go break a leg.
Yeah.
No, watch out.
It's
and I'm not clowning. But, hey, that was an act of God.
Well, I mean, but look at what he did, though. Like, literally,
Yeah.
like, if you, I mean, I know it's a joke, we joke
Yeah.
about stuff, but like, if I had to tell anybody, how do you go about getting locked in contracts?
Yeah.
How do you get signed? How do you get Bellator? How do you get UFC to notice you?
You leave your balls in the cage.
That, yeah, fuck yeah, that. And then do what Al did outside of the cage.
Yeah.
Sell tickets,
Yep.
promote the fight, promote your fight, get people to follow you, get people to drive. Like,
And
that's
see,
how
a
you
lot
do
of
it.
people haven't even heard his story nationwide. He went from freaking almost
Yeah, dude.
something he's not proud of, but he used it to fuel to make that change. He
That was
went
like
from he went from
ESPN level.
he went from freaking negative to positive. Oh yes, he did.
Yeah,
He could be on 360.
ESPN level
Yeah.
is what he hit because they
Yeah.
talked about it on
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was the break, but
It was.
That's up there.
Yeah.
So he's doing exactly what you're supposed to do. He's catapulting on it. He's taking advantage of it, and he's committing to being as ready as he can be for the opportunity Scott gave him. And he knows that. And I'm sure Scott had a very friendly, we love you, we love what you're doing, blah, blah. But I'm sure he had a
We got to
very,
get Scott
you know,
on sometime, or even I know it's. You're thinking, okay, this one's far fetched.
No, it's not too far-fetched, actually.
We got to get one of the Zinkins on.
That might be
We'll endorse
doable.
endorse the wrestling tournament, and his son's doing good. And not only that, he likes to take it backstage, but he's done a lot for the community. He's changed a lot of people's
He has.
lives by connecting A to B and being that connector.
And that's Dwayne's always been the guy that I know the guy and I know this guy. I'm going to put these two together because his brain sees both things they're doing, and he goes, "Oh, dude, you guys could be making like 4 times the amount of money if you just did this." So he just
Yes.
puts them together. So he's that. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a shark. He'll in a business meeting, he's a shark. But
he told
sees people
an
potential.
attorney that we know, plug for Renee. Gosh, what's her last name? Gosh, Turner, right? Said he needs to start making money doing that. He does no longer need to do that for free. So I'm like, let's make it happen. It's not about the money. It's about just plugging us in the right way, man. He took note of it.
I think I have the communication lines with enough people to get to talk, at least talk to them and say, hey,
Yeah.
you know, kind
Take
of
a
thing.
look.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe we
Yeah,
can get them on. Maybe
yeah.
have them do a call in or something and talk
Yeah.
about, like, you know, how they got Arnold connected and, you know.
Yeah, because
Broad
there's
and
where it talks
Fresno.
about the whole weight, the whole
Yeah.
system, the whole machine. Was it Novice? Oh, the Wilder.
No.
It was a
Novice, I
machine.
think. Yeah.
Knotless.
Knotless.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go. Yeah.
No, not novice. Novice
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Knotless, yeah.
Yeah,
But
knotless.
like you know, how their family's connected with them and a lot of the Schwarzenegger, you know, Expo Opens
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And, you know, they've done a lot with, you know, Fresno State and the wrestling. And like Dwayne was, you know, probably a pinpoint in that, you know, wrestling
Yeah.
coming back to state. So things like that. So yeah, it would be a great guy to have on.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him on.
Well, he knows talent.
Yeah, we could steal some of his time.
we can definitely do that, man. And what else we got coming up?
We've got Frank Mir and Roy Country Boy
Big Country.
Nelson.
That's Friday,
fighting.
right?
That's Friday.
And then we got
Yeah.
Creepy Eyes on Saturday.
Creepy Eyes.
Roy.
Oh,
Rory,
McDonald.
Rory.
Yeah, Rory.
Bro, yes. Have you seen those
yeah.
eyes, bro? It's like freaking Helter Skelter.
Serial
No,
killer
who's
look,
that? Yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly. Who's that one? Marilyn Manson status, bro.
Yeah.
He has that little look.
But we've got that, and we've got.
He's another one leaves it in the cage.
Oh yeah, totally. Rory. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll leave a soul. In
Joe
the cage.
Rogan nicknamed him Creepy Eyes. He was looking at his eyes. Got those creepy eyes. You know, he just bust out, and
Yeah,
and,
they
he
are.
and everybody
Buggy.
noticed it, but they didn't start noticing until he said it. Everybody going, yeah, he does got freaking creepy eyes.
Greg Hardy, the dude that had
Yes.
that. So the incident
Yes.
with the inhaler over the weekend, which, by the
Yeah.
way, I think the guy's a great guy, but at the end of the day, if he had it cage side,
Yeah.
the guy that told him go ahead, he didn't screw up. He was going based on what they said, and at that point, the agent in the cage kind of has to take it on himself to decide if they're lying or not, because if they're lying, it's going to fall back on them anyway. But if they're not lying and he tells them no, and the commission goes, no, yeah, later they say, no, we approve that. That's why he had it in there. Next time you're asked, do your job, because he wouldn't say we said it
Yeah.
and we did. But he's saying that they did, and the commission's saying they didn't. So that fight got automatically ruled a no contest, which is a real shitty
Yeah.
thing. But
He's always in
he was gonna win
controversy, bro.
anyway. But he was going to win anyway. Like it's
I know. I mean,
you
even when he was
so-
with the Cowboys. No, he was. He was all in controversy.
Was he always getting in trouble?
But he stepped up for Dos Santos, right?
Yeah, he's replacing Dos Santos. I think they're fighting out like at the same gym or something. But he's replacing Dos Santos, so it can't matter that bad.
Yeah.
Like the UFC isn't upset about it, and
Well,
they
well, not necessarily. Okay, we're gonna feed you here. Sometimes that works too.
I mean, he's also been asking for a step up too. Like
Well,
he knew he was going to win that fight on the decision, regardless of the inhaler thing. But I just think it was because on that part, like to have the inhaler ringside, somebody at the commission had to have told you. Or
next time, people are going to have an inhaler with a freaking brand on that bitch.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, that's the first time I've ever seen somebody use an inhaler in between rounds. Ever.
Never. And there's people with asthma. They just have not been allowed to do so.
Exactly, because the commission goes, fuck no.
Yeah.
You're not going to have an inhalant chemical inserted in your body
that gives you an advantage.
You could have adrenaline in there. You could have anything in there. You could have anabolics in there for a faster delivery.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not going to sign off on that. So for him to say that, maybe it was a flick of the brain, or maybe they just thought nobody was going to notice it because maybe you forget the camera's right in your fucking face, and they might have.
Maybe he just didn't care and said, "Hell, that I can't breathe."
Nah, it doesn't matter. That sucks for fucking you then. Maybe fighting, maybe a high paced cardio environment's not for you, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
So to say the commission said it was okay, I think it's
you got to
unfair.
blame somebody, man.
But the commission is saying we didn't approve it. So they approved it for training purposes as far as, you can use it during training. We've tested it out. There's nothing in it. But to use it in the fight would require them to go, well, here, let's into a analyzer real quick and go, no, you're good. Let's eat up 30 seconds of your fucking ring time to do that. No, that's not how shit works. So I've never seen anybody use anything in between rounds because that shit doesn't happen. Like, it's not supposed to happen. If I found out my guy used an inhaler in between rounds and that fight wasn't ruled a no contest, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, fuck that. No, he used something in between rounds. That's how he won. Yeah. I was winning that fight until he did that. So it causes a big problem. So they just go no contest automatically.
Well, safest thing to do.
But so
kill the controversy.
But here's the other side of the coin is if he fucked up and if he did something wrong, the UFC and the commission have clearly talked or he wouldn't be the fucking main event of their Moscow card. Because if the UFC and the commission talked and Rancer and them talked and said, hey, what's the deal? The commission might have answered that question too fast and they said, no, we said we didn't approve that at all. So they might not really care. They might have tested the inhaler already. Yeah. They might have taken it from him that night and said, give it now. And they've tested it and said, well, there was nothing in it but asthma and medicine. So he didn't take anything that gave him an advantage. So we're going to rule it on contest, but we don't care. So they might have done that and the UFC said, good enough for us. We need to get him back on track.
We'll make that happen.
We're going to ride this momentum. Or they really might have been like, yeah, thanks for fucking us by taking an inhaler. We're going to fucking feed you to a bull now. Like that might, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You piss off the wrong guy.
No, exactly. And it happens.
Are you really going to turn down even if Dana White came to you and said, I want to watch you get fucked up. I'm going to pay you $50,000 to take the main event fight in Russia and replace Dos Santos. That's what you're doing. You want to fight? You're in. But we're going to pay you $50,000.
Yeah, bring your inhaler.
Yeah, bring your fucking inhaler, stupid. So even then I'd be like, cool, when's my flight?
Exactly.
Like, you're going to pay me $50,000 to get fucked up. Cool. That still doesn't mean I'm going to lose.
No, hell no.
That could backfire on you, and then I'll get my contract cut.
Yeah, exactly.
But so for the fact that he's main eventing so fast, I think the UFC talked to the commission. The commission probably said, we tested the inhaler. There was nothing in it. It's going to stay in no contest.
Don't make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
And they want to move on.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's what they're going to do right now.
But he wants to step up in competition. He's asked for it. If you look at the record
of
who he's fought
he
and then
asked
look at
for
vocals, he asked for it. So
he
Dana White might have said,
ASS for it.
Cool, let's
he
go.
may just have it handed to him.
Sean Shelby did the same thing to me. He goes, you want to fight? This is in.
Yeah,
Barrow's undefeated in like 29 fights. You went in?
Yeah, but you got screwed on that decision.
I did. I dropped him. Yeah. I dropped him in the second. Should have been a 10-8.
They go, no knockdown.
Nah, fuck that. I dropped his ass.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's not that big of a deal.
Speaking of drop, any more news you need to drop before we say bye-bye?
No, that's it, man. I've got.
Are we working on Max Wednesday?
Yeah, I've been trying to coordinate with him. We're gonna try to get Max on. Let's not tell them to assume it yet, but I've got communication lines open with him.
Okay. And depending on what happens, Tuesday, possibly Regis coming in Tuesday, along with Andy calling back as well.
After the tournament this weekend?
Yeah, after the fights, and see what they're, let them recap real quick.
Cool, yeah.
So who do you got? You got Big Country.
I got Big Country on that one. But a lot of people forget Big Country is a black belt.
Yeah, exactly. He's good on the ground, too. He got stockout power.
And Mears had a 4-like loss streak.
Now, Big Hobby was supposed to be on that card, right? Again,
I think.
Yeah, his opponent had visa problems.
Yeah, they couldn't. The guy couldn't secure.
We got to get Hobby back on the show.
Yeah,
let's work on that again
get some momentum on him. But I got Mir because I think Mir's going to have Nelson on top of him.
Okay.
And it's going to be like a Brock Lesnar type scenario. I think Nelson's just going to get on top and just turn his face into a strawberry patch.
Hey, there it is there. Hey, Rich Ortiz, I'm your host, co-host, Co-ESCOVEDO. Before we cut out, I want to thank Mikey Garcia once again. took time out on the show, came on the Fighter's Voice Knockout podcast yesterday, class act. We discussed some things that we're going to do and, just some things that we're going to be helping people with and he's going to be a part of. And we're going to be helping him endorse a product that's going to change people's lives. And we'll be talking more about it as the shows continue to go. But as always, I'm your host, Rich Ortiz, bringing you the Kick-Ass Podcast, Escovedo. It's a wrap. Fresno, California. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.